I'm just gonna go for it, right?
So look, when you're ready, I'm going to tell you you can do this because that's going to tell that to record. And then,
We're recording.
mhm.
You ready? How was your day today?
My day was really fucking interesting. Um, I just have to say that I made it out of the job site and I'm here.
Okay.
And
And you got us. What is this park called again?
this park,
Yes,
oh,
that we're at.
I call
It's
it
the
the,
old blind park.
this is the
The old,
blind,
the old blind school park.
the blind school park.
Yes, but what's the name of the park?
This park is
You
called
can't
the,
wear sunglasses. People have to be able to see your eyes.
I do,
No, they
because I'm cool
don't.
like that.
You are cool, but
It's the Topatry. Is it called the Topatry
the
Park?
sunglasses
The
are.
sunglasses are lovely.
No, they're not. We know you're cool.
So it's called the Topatry Park, I think.
Okay.
Well, that's what the hell I call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you find this park?
On my motorcycle.
Really?
Yeah.
Out doing some old sneaky shit.
No, I'm a Christian, so I don't be out doing anything.
Pray for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for me. That's all I can ask is pray for me.
No, I think it was really cool. No, I don't know how I came down here. I was on my motorcycle though, but and then I seen them figurine looking things. Somebody shaped the what's some shit called? Yeah. It reminds me, you remember that movie Edward Scissorhands?
Oh yes.
Yeah, so that's what it reminds me of. And I was like,
so my mind went somewhere totally different.
Like where?
What was the movie with the hotel, The Shining? That's where my mind went.
Yeah. I don't know shit about no Shining.
You never seen that movie? Was it Jack Nicholson? And the lady that played Popeye's wife? Oh my God. You have seriously never seen The Shining. Oh my God, that's like classic TV.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. I just found out one of them actors, somebody has got Parkinson's. No, it's not Parkinson's. What do you lose your mind and it starts deteriorating?
Oh my God, there's so many stars that are like going through stuff like that I need more info, more details.
He played in some movies. He's a black guy, but I can't think of his name.
I cannot believe you have never seen The Shining.
Yeah.
We are going to seriously have to watch that. I'm going to see if it's like on demand so that like you've got to see that. It's like classic TV.
I'm not a movie person though.
So what's your favorite movie if you had to pick a movie?
Yeah, if I had to pick a movie, it'd probably be from my childhood. And what do I remember watching as a kid? Because we didn't have that much back then, but I thought that we was rich. We used to watch The Sandlot.
So to me, it's hard for me to pick a favorite, but I would have to say Urban Cowboy. I still watch that movie to this day.
Don't even know what the fuck that is, but I'll take your word on it.
Urban Cowboy is a John Travolta movie. Back in the day, he moves to Texas to work on the oil lines. Total cowboy love story, literally. Yeah, totally toxic relationship. That one, like, to me, it's a chick flick, but it's so cowboy. I love cowboys. I love John Travolta, especially old school John Travolta. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not really good with actresses. I just like Gabrielle Union. I think she's really nice.
Have you seen that movie? What is the one about Eva, where she's the big sister?
No, I don't really pay attention to her movies. I just like her.
What about Love Jones? That was one of my favorite. Like when I start talking about favorite movies, I'd have to have like a space of 10 so that I could put 10 of my movies in there. But like Love Jones is still, Nia Long is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I would lose if somebody put me up on a panel for movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I like all the ones that are like literally like Tina Turner's What's Love Got to Do with It.
No.
I mean, I could like literally sit and watch all day Saturday, Sunday, black movies, old school from the 80s, 90s, and about, forward.
Nope, I would be outside. Yeah, that's kind of where my life was at, outside.
I mean, I did too.
Yeah.
I did too, but
Definitely not staying inside to watch no movies. I mean,
I know, because when I be like, let's go to the movies to see, and you're like, no. I'm like, let's go see the Michael Jackson movie. You're like, no. Who doesn't want to see the Michael Jackson was my very first concert. Like, who doesn't want to go see the Michael Jackson movie? Chris?
Yeah. I mean, shit. He died sometime here a few years ago, decade or something.
We're just gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
So, are we gonna talk about the topic for today?
Oh yeah. So,
let's talk about the topic.
The topic or whatnot. What are we supposed to say? Oh, so today it's like welcoming everybody to. This is a pilot, right?
Yes.
A pilot episode of what we are currently calling "Stay at the Table," and
that's where we're gonna have real conversation and explore different perspectives.
Mm-hmm. So tonight we're going to talk about honesty versus transparency and get into that a little bit. And well, we'll dive into it though, but I guess I'll kind of go off of something that I experienced and then kind of get your take on it.
Okay.
So I had someone reach out to me by text. By the way, I'm just not, I'll text a little bit, but after a while, it starts getting down to about one word, then one letter. I might send a voice message and I'm like, yeah, fuck it, just call me, right? So, I ain't got all that shit. Screw all of that. So anyway, so had somebody call me or text me, I'm sorry, and was like, had been texting me there for a little bit and was like, hey, well, whenever you're available or whatever, I'm here or whatever to talk. So just call whenever. So I think I was doing something. So then probably about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes later, I reach out and I call.
Okay, ready to have this conversation, right?
So when I call, they tell me I can't talk. You can't talk. Okay.
They got busy that fast? Okay, let me stop.
Yeah. I said, huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm out of town.
Oh.
I said, oh.
So how were they going to have that conversation in the first place?
I don't think the issue was that you're out of town. Because I get it, people get busy.
I don't know. When I'm out of town, I don't want to have any deep conversations.
So, well, my thought was, I just paused and I said, okay. So then she proceeds on to say, so what do you got planned for the day? At this point, I'm fucking confused. What do I have planned for today? That's not what you were texting me about.
Thames song went through my head. I'm so confused. When she says that part and she says it to the point where you feel her confusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, you're asking me, what do I have planned for the day? Oh, I have just some errands and a few things, but I don't believe that's why you text me. So what's up? Well, yeah, I know I can't talk right now. And I said, okay. I says, well, I ain't interested in making no small talk right now. So if we ain't talking about nothing, then, or what you was texting me about, then I don't think we probably need to be on the phone because I don't necessarily want to talk about nothing else.
But she just said that she couldn't talk in that moment.
But you shouldn't have. What I was confused about is why did you text me? So what I was waiting on is extra. Well, give me some context on it. And I wasn't going to ask for it in that moment because I guess maybe I was wishfully thinking that maybe you would just kind of give me the answer or something like that, without me having to force you to say it. So I always talk about effective communication, but it didn't happen. So I just said, okay.
What were you guys going to talk about? I think where we're lost is that I think the part of the story makes sense of, hey, she reached out, hey, let's have a conversation now. But what were you guys going to have a conversation about?
Oh, well, she had been texting me about some things that had been on her mind that she wanted to talk to me about. And
so this was like a romantic or a possible romantic connection.
No, not for me. No.
Okay, I guess I'm confused. Are you guys confused as well? I'm confused.
Well, guys, if for the fellas, y'all know what it's like when y'all get a booty call or a booty call that's been going on for years, right?
Okay,
we just gonna call it for what it is.
At least just break it down for us so that we can understand. So you guys had what type of relationship did you guys have? And what was this conversation?
It was a physical relationship.
You about?
It was a physical relationship from years that had passed. There was nothing else that was going on, but she went around the context of, hey, this is, I've been doing some thinking. I said, oh, well, that's interesting. That's just not something that I was thinking about. You approached me as I hadn't been necessarily having very much conversation prior to this. And you showed up the same way you left, physically. Now, me.
So do you think that she wasn't being honest? Or she wasn't being transparent?
So here's the thing.
Or neither of both?
Well, I'm going to say the issue for me was the communication. I believe that she was being honest. She couldn't talk. She said she was out of town. I think where the issue rises is that, why didn't you just tell me? So it creates an expectation on my end that, well, what else? Well, why couldn't you just talk? Why didn't you just say that? Because it leaves a lot of.
So she lacked transparency, even as she was trying to step back into this, what she believed as some type of relationship with you, is what I'm hearing. So let me ask you this question, because I heard you said, I believe she was being honest, but then I heard you say she lacks transparency.
She does.
So do you believe that honesty and transparency are separate? Okay.
I think they have some similarities. However, I think there's some differences with it too. And I look at it because, to me, I think honesty is just telling the truth. Transparency is giving people enough information so that they don't have to fill in the blanks. To me, those things are different. However, they're related.
Okay.
In some ways, in the way that I understand it or communicate. I think if you give me transparency, it leaves no room for me to fill in the blanks or wonder about what is it that you're talking about. Because if you couldn't talk because you were out of town, okay, well, why did you text me and say that? What happened between the time that you text me and 20 minutes later?
Because honestly, with that deep of a conversation, it would have taken you a longer time than 30 minutes to have that.
Yeah.
I think personally for me, I think I look at honesty and transparency differently than you.
Okay.
I think that honesty is the base, is the foundation, but transparency is that level up in that relationship. So we're not going to have a close relationship if you do not share transparency with me, if that makes sense. So to me, they are like together as a couple.
Yeah.
So to me, my question to you is that, can you have a relationship with someone that doesn't offer you transparency?
I guess it depends on what type of relationship.
Well, we're talking about this relationship.
No, there's not anything. There's only physical.
Well, it sounded like she wanted to have a conversation with you about having a relationship.
Yeah, and she missed the bus on it.
Oh.
Which is fine. I'm not mad at her. Because the next 15 minutes, another one comes.
Oh, wow.
Just the way I look at it.
Hey, it's not that easy for me, okay? It's rough out here in these single streets.
It's really not that easy because, there's a lot of shit that goes on out here. Jokingly, I'm saying that, but no.
That was full transparency.
Yeah, it is full transparency. Because there do be a lot of bullshit out here, though. But no.
So I am curious, though, Chris. What could she have said? Because So let me ask you this. You guys did not have that conversation. Have you guys now had that conversation?
Oh yeah, after I just shut it down.
So in the full transparency moment, was she, when y'all had the conversation eventually, was she 100% transparent? Like what happened? You can't leave us hanging
no, I'm not gonna leave it. So after that, she says, she tried to text me later on, letting me know that she got really drunk.
Well, you know what they say, a drunk
mind
speaks a sober tongue. Yeah, or wait a minute, I don't think we said that quite right. But basically, when you're drunk, you say what your sober mind is thinking. So sometimes the drunk conversation is very enlightening to someone who isn't drunk.
Yeah, she just, I wasn't having one with her. Period.
So when she called you drunk,
she knows better than to call me drunk. You was out of town with your friends, I guess.
So so did you ever have the conversation once you returned from the trip to say, why did you pick that time? Because I guess I'm confused as a female.
I did.
Why she picked that time to have the conversation with you?
That was on a Friday. I think she texted me later on. No response. That Saturday, I think towards the middle of the day. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I do have a boundary in that aspect of you're going to learn to respect me in a certain manner. If you're calling yourself to want to have a serious conversation like that, there's a way that you do it. And if you don't know how, then I'm going to teach you. And the way that you did it is not the way that you're going to talk with me. It's just that simple. So if you want to
boundaries, did we hear that, people? I think Chris defined boundaries to like the 10th degree. I say that because boundaries is my new 2026 word, and I just want to say that I tried to found boundaries with Chris, and he does not abide by them. But I think it's very interesting that he requires boundaries in his other relationships. I will throw that out there, but no, seriously. What was her response? Because I definitely want to get to to me, I think me and every other female wants to know, what did she say to you when you asked her, why did you pick the time that you were out of town with your girlfriends, turn it up, having a whole girls trip, which we all know what that's about. Why did you pick that moment in time to have the conversation? Because it almost sounds like to me, Chris, no shade to you, but that she's scared to have a conversation about her true feelings with you soberly. And that's concerning to me.
It is. So here, I'll give y'all some transparency on my side. So to me, the fact that when she called, she wanted to know, she was like, hey, that was a rough weekend. I'm just now getting better to, starting to feel better. And this is after she tried to text me on Monday, hey, how's your day going? Well, anybody that knows me knows my Mondays are pretty busy at work, so I don't really do a whole lot of talking. So I just didn't respond. So I don't feel the need to. That's just me. Period. It is what it is. People call it what they want to. I'm okay with that. I just didn't respond.
Is that some low-key, lightweight ghosting going on with the no response?
Yeah, you can call it ghosting. You can call it, I was turned off. I was turned off because this isn't the first instant. And the other part of it is that because I entertained it, okay, that's the truth on my side.
Take accountability, my brother. I feel that. Okay, go ahead.
I entertained it, so I also have to recognize what part I'm playing in this. So it doesn't make it right for what I'm doing either. But I do believe that if I'm giving you my transparency, hey, you understand what this is, and we have an understanding between one another, I don't feel like there's no question to what the hell we're doing. So if that's what you're coming in here for, and you recognize that to begin with, then why the hell are we even here?
I think that no relationship that wants to be healthy can lack transparency. For me, and I'm just speaking personally, to me, I need that transparency. Like, I'm just gonna be real. I need to be that person in your life that you tell just about everything to. Where somebody looking from the outside in is like, that is exhausting, and yet it makes me thrive. It makes me happy. It makes me comfortable. It makes me in a zone where I feel so comfortable with you, and I believe you are so comfortable with me that the thought of you out here doing something scandalous like cheating isn't even entering my mind.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's what transparency does for me. Transparency, like, quiets all of that background noise and all of those background messages that, hey, you're doing this, you're doing that.
But I also think about this in this sense here too. I think transparency also can belong in that space. But I believe that, as adults, we're grown, right? If we're going to do grown folks things, I have nothing to hide from you. Why do you feel the need to hold back from me? And the reason I say that is it's just conversation. Because we're just talking in that sense.
But people all hold back.
Some of them do. But here's where I'm going to challenge you, or a woman.
Okay.
If you feel the need to hold back from me with your tongue, but you can lay on your back and give me your temple
y'all
as
see
your
me looking
soul,
away, don't y'all?
I'm going to question you. I am going to question you, and I'm going to dig deep, because at that point, I do recognize me as a man. I don't have nothing to hold back. Hey, and if I've been doing something beforehand, I would rather just be straight up with you, because if I lied to you today, that means I got to remember on this day at this time.
Oh, you can't remember lies.
You remember? So that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to try and figure that out. To me, it's not worth
Chris,
it.
Let's talk honestly though. For a woman, so for a man, it sounds like you expect transparency out the gate. And as a woman, I have to feel safe with you before I can offer you transparency.
And that's
I have to feel that you are going to protect, not necessarily provide in the beginning, but at least protect before I can be transparent with you and take off all of the mask and be authentically myself. If not, you're going to get the surface version of me. Not that it is inauthentic, but you don't get all of me until you make me feel safe. And brothers out here in these streets these days ain't really trying to protect women the way that old school thought process of protecting. You know what I'm saying? How many brothers walk on the outside of the street? I'm talking about small things. We don't even have to talk about big things, but how many brothers are protecting?
Yeah, I can't answer that because I'm not them, but I can only speak for myself. As I can't speak for the rest of them. But I just look at the aspect of the situation that I'm dealing with there. I think that it just, for me, in that sense there, the act of whether or not you meet someone and it's going to be something for a good time or a long time, you and that person have that understanding, and y'all can have that conversation. In that respect, y'all should also have an understanding of what is it going to be. If you don't know them, if I don't know you, and we just get to talking, I don't have shit to lose with you by just having a real conversation with you. In that sense there, regardless of what you believe, those are your thoughts, and you are going to form your own opinion no matter what I say. Just like I'm going to form and have my own opinion. 9 times out of 10, the things that attract us to one another in that sense can be the things that very well make up who we are as individuals.
Well, do you think that people lack transparency because they fear judgment?
That is exactly what a lot of people will do sometimes. I mean, and I believe that this is just my thought. This is just my thought. I don't have to fake that side. Now, in the aspect of when you meet me, as you said, there's different parts or whatever. I think there's layers that you're going to uncover as trust grows.
Okay.
And
does transparency grow with that trust?
Yes, transparency can. But
so it's fair to say that you can't be completely transparent out the gate until you feel a certain level of trust. That's what I just heard you say.
Similar.
Okay, so correct me where the part that is wrong. So that we can understand.
It depends on the context of the conversation there. Trust is something that I believe that is built over time with you, but if you're asking me a question about something, I can tell you whether or not that's something I feel comfortable to talk about.
Point taken.
My truth and my transparency in that.
So what would be some subjects that are off limit?
You need to ask me and I'll tell you.
So he just ain't gonna offer nothing up. Y'all see that?
It's real simple. Just understand it. This is real simple. So, you know, I think that, you know, when you look at it from that side.
So are men offended when women ask them very personal and intimate questions out the gate? Do they feel that they can't be transparent in those moments because they don't know that woman well enough they don't trust her well enough with that information?
Well, here, I can say this. To answer that question, I can't answer for men. I can answer for myself as a man.
Well, let's start with you.
All right. So, it's not that I can't be transparent or trust or, you know, I can talk to you about anything. It's up to me what I choose to reveal. And if there's something that I don't feel okay to talk to you about, I can tell you that. I think right now, I think that's something that I don't think I want to share with you. And I'll tell you that I don't think I know you enough to talk about that right now. And that's just something like, you know, or I'll tell you in a sense here to me, hey, if my goal is to get to know you to see where this goes, naturally over time, I'm going to reveal, or I'll say here, shed more layers. There I'm building trust so that you can get to know more about me. And in return, I'm hoping that I'm going to learn more about you. And that it can be through conversation, observation, and so on and so forth. There's a few different things that you can learn by getting to know someone. A, the tone of their voice. How do they talk? How do they respond? You can see how they act around certain things in different environments. That tells a whole lot about a person in often aspects. Not every aspect, but I think in often aspects, you can begin to form your thoughts on how you may view that person and how you may receive or just look at them as one. And then if you want to ask questions about, hey, I've asked somebody, hey, do you anger fast? And no.
Yet they're going off at the waitress.
No, I'll just wait. For me, I wait. And the only reason sometimes I'll come back and ask those type of questions is because if I've witnessed you do certain things there, it's not because I'm judging you in that sense though, but I'm curious sometimes to see if you even recognize, and then this isn't anything to make you feel bad, but like, what's wrong with just having that conversation? Or if you're doing something that maybe you don't even realize. Sometimes we might repeat the same fucking word when we're talking, right? I used to say this word, that there when I'm talking. And you know what it was? It was a filler. Yeah. What the fuck was I saying it for? Well, I figured it out. No, it was a fucking reason.
What was the reason?
Because I was searching for the answers or parts of the conversation when I was talking. Rather than me just shutting the hell up. I ain't got to go through all that. For what?
Well, I think what we have agreed is that not only does honesty, transparency, and trust all have a hand, I think that when we started, we didn't even have trust in the equation. But to have full transparency requires a certain level of trust, is what I hear both of us saying.
Yeah, so I took some notes on this because I thought about trust as well.
Okay. Right?
So
I don't think I thought about trust before this conversation.
Oh, I did, because I thought I was going to bring it up. So.
Oh, well, there we go.
There we go, right? So I thought about this here because it's something that I had this conversation with this female about.
Okay.
And I'll come back to that too, to just kind of bring this all full circles too. But so, you know, trust isn't built only on honesty. I think it's built on predictability as well. I think when my words consistently match reality, people learn that they can trust what I tell them. Transparency helps create that predictability because it fills the context instead of leaving people to make assumptions. It leaves no room for
I think that's what I was saying, and you just said it a lot more clearly than me. When I was saying in my relationships, I need full transparency so that I feel comfortable and I trust you and I just know. That transparency makes me feel extremely comfortable and be able to trust and not assume, because, transparency is like, hey, if I don't know what the hell you're doing in a day, my mind is 101 assumptions of what you could be doing because I don't know, rather than you just telling me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just be real with you and just tell you.
But I think personally, from my own personal experience, I think people lack transparency. And to me, I think it's a deal breaker for me. Without transparency, I have no comfort level in the relationship, even on a friendship.
Yeah.
I mean, not even talking about a romantic relationship exclusively, but even on a friendship level.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that. I mean, a lot of people think that they're not going to be transparent with me, but I will ask you questions to figure it out.
Did y'all see my face? Did y'all see my face? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Y'all just don't even know. I'm going to tell y'all later what my face meant. Okay? I'm going to clue y'all in why he laughing and why my face looks the way that it does. Okay?
But listen, I'll say this though. The cool thing about that story that I was telling you about as I looked between honesty and transparency was when I did have that conversation with this young lady here, what I learned was that I did have to ask some, I'll say some very, well, I ain't gonna say very, but maybe a little bit of a deeper question to her because my mind was curious at this point to understand why did she bring it up if it wasn't something that she couldn't talk about. That's when I learned that she was out of town with some girlfriends and that they had came all back around. And my first thought was, well, why would you send me a message like that to begin with if you knew that you were going out of town? And the second piece was, did you even think about what it was that you were going to say, if anything, that would engage me to want to talk, where you thought that we were going to get through a conversation, whatever you wanted to talk about, within 10 to 15 minutes? What were you going to say to me that was so impactful that I was going to get it when you've never communicated before? Because it is a difference between talking. You've talked for many moons, but you ain't said shit.
So do you think she was playing games with you? Because what I heard you say earlier was that she hit you up on a Monday. Anybody that knows you knows that you are extremely busy on a Monday. So, and she's out of town with her girlfriends. Do you think that she was playing a game, texting you in a moment that she knew you couldn't talk? She knew she had something going on. So it was more of like, hey, let me just let him know. Let me kind of play this cat and mouse game with him. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I asked that question because to me,
no, I don't think
I'm confused.
I don't think that is because she started this on a Friday. I just didn't have much to say over the weekend.
Oh, so you were part of the problem. You lacked the communication over the weekend when she was first trying to talk with you.
I said, if you're out of town, then why don't you enjoy that and wait until you get some free time so that you can actually engage in a real conversation?
Now, ladies, I don't know about y'all, but I'm more confused by her the more that Chris tells me the story. I'm confused because to me, I would have only hit that man up when I was ready to have the conversation. Now, I'm not saying that she couldn't hit him up when she was out of town, because, there's them times where your girlfriends all go to sleep and you laying there in the bed and you thinking about this man and you like, damn, I really want to have this conversation. I really want to let him know what's going on in my head. And then, that's where y'all have that conversation a little bit later at night. And you call with that whole transparency of, let's talk about it.
I'm gonna fill y'all in on the other part, because what she lacks is transparency and just being able to talk completely. I will be honest with you on that. Okay. So
as women, here's the problem that I have, and I'm just gonna go completely old school, and I know there's probably a lot of women that disagree with me, but this is why the dog chases the cat. And honey, I am the kitty cat. Okay? There's no doubt about that. This is why females should not chase men, because we don't know how to hunt. That is not in our DNA.
It really ain't.
So I say that in full transparency of, to me, none of this makes sense. Like, as I listen to this story, I want to just shake a girl, literally, not figuratively, not literally. I had to get that right.
Mm-mm.
Figuratively, not literally. Girl, what are you doing? Why are you out here changing the laws of nature when it doesn't feel comfortable because it's not naturally supposed to happen? If a man is not chasing you, he don't want you.
So here,
so you blew her off all weekend. No. I gotta make this point. You blew her off all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, what that sounded like when she hit you up, that was a dire reach out. That was a last ditch. That was what's the word that I'm looking for? A desperate attempt to try to have a conversation with a man that's been playing you, saying in so many words without saying, I don't want to mess with you.
Mm.
You didn't even care about the conversation that she was so willing to offer. There's something to say about that.
She wasn't calling to have a conversation.
She did on Friday, and you told her, hey, you shut her down.
I wasn't done. I was going to tell you about it.
Okay, go ahead. Well, you see how he let me just... Okay.
No, I mean, she wanted to talk, so it's like sorry.
I can't stand that. But go.
So I say this. So what I learned about this is that for a lot of the time that I've known this woman, she admitted to me finally that she's only ever been giving me surface level talks because she didn't know how to conversate. She said she's never dealt with a man who talked to her and gave her conversation the way that I did. So I had a question for her. When was the last time that she's ever been intimate with a man where she didn't take her clothes off?
Was she confused, Chris, by that question?
There was a pretty long silence. I was like,
why am I not surprised?
So I say that to say, I've met a lot of women, though, that tell me that they haven't talked to a man like that. Like, I don't mind conversating with a woman, not just talking, like, because I really am interested in you, just you as a woman. I want to get to know who you are as an individual. That doesn't mean that I'm trying to lay up with you, spend the night, or anything like that. I could even sleep in the bed with you and still have control of me. I can, and still not do that. I'm not telling you that it doesn't cross my fucking mind. Now, I can be transparent, all right? But I do have control.
Are you being honest with that transparency?
I am being honest with that transparent.
I just thought of that.
The honesty side is it crosses my mind. The transparent side is that I can hold it together.
So are you telling me that women are no longer requiring men to make love to their mind first before they ever give them their body?
I can't speak for all women.
I'm saying the women that you are encountering.
Some of them, they don't. If they are requiring it, they seem to have missed it when I come in contact with them. Or I'll say this because
did y'all hear him just slide? That was some Slim Shady.
No, it's not no Slim Shady.
He slid underneath that question, but then answered it so shady. Did y'all catch that? Okay, go ahead, Chris.
I'm just saying.
I know. And we listening.
I don't know nothing about all that other stuff, but it's okay. It's still controlling.
Okay.
So I can't answer for the rest of it. Oh, because it's about that thing is about it. It's fine. Okay.
We probably had about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We should probably get ready to wrap it up.
All
right. What's your final notes?
So
Chris, how you want to leave us young ladies out here with some good information about a man?
About a man.
So that we could put it in our bosom and tuck it away and spend it later. You know what I'm talking about, ladies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spend it later, please.
Tuck it where it's safe. Okay.
I think I'll say this. Many people can define trust as telling the truth, but I think in everyday relationships, I think trust often comes from even a more practical sense.
Okay.
Can I rely on your words to accurately represent reality without leaving gaps? And I think that goes on both sides.
I think I'm going to say, I'm going to say it very cut and dry. You need to be honest. You need to be transparent if you want to have trust. Bottom line with me.
Yeah, I can say that.
But of course, we all have very different perspectives, which is why we say stay at the table and have a conversation.
Yeah. So, in our closing words, they say, thanks for staying at the table with us tonight. Until next time, stay curious, stay respectful, and keep the conversation going. We'll holler back.
All right.